Hi and welcome back. I'm Michael Worthington. And we've been talking to a lot of different business people over the past few weeks, and one that has sprung to the top and one we've been really keen to talk to is Judy Cheung and from SkinB5. This is really unusual. And Judy's been doing this for about 10 years, and it is skincare but patented technology, very special area. Don't want to steal her thunder, but I want to welcome her to the show. How are you, Judy?
I'm very good, Michael. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Judy, you've been doing skincare, and this particular skincare, for about 10 years. But before we get into those details there, because I think it's really, really interesting, and there's going to be a lot of people grabbing their attention on that one, just a little bit of background about yourself and how you actually got into the skincare industry in the first place.
Yes, so we have a bit of family history, basically. My great-great-grandfather, he's a Chinese medicine doctor, and my grandfather, he's a chemist, and he used to own and manufacture natural skincare products, sunscreen, skincare products, hair care, but obviously, down to so I've always inherited that passion, natural health, using nutrition to treat diseases and prevent diseases, and obviously all the biology, chemistry, how your body works, how nutrition works in your body. So I've always inherited that passion, and obviously, and one day, 10 years ago, come across this idea of using vitamin B5 for acne, which is unheard of. But I have this person that I met. He's got perfect skin when I met him, but I started noticing that he's regularly taking these vitamin B5 capsules. So out of my curiosity, I've never seen anyone doing that. So obviously I asked him, what are you doing with vitamin B5 supplements? It was just a simple capsule. And he told me his life story. He said he struggled with cystic acne all his life, and he's come across these, not very well known at the time, a study, a hypothesis by a doctor researching about skin diseases and how to treat acne using nutrition. And he come up with using vitamin B5, and he did a clinical trial using about 150 people using very high dose. I mean, too high dose for what we're doing now, but we managed to come up with something workable, but not having that high dose. So I'll tell you later. But essentially, after reading that, I've done my research and realized that there's nothing. It's a solution. It can work. Obviously, I've got life subject in front of me, and there's nothing like this on the market, because the market in terms of acne treatment industry is still pretty much using prescription drugs at the highest level, or you go to your supermarket and pharmacy and try to get those topical creams with benzoyl peroxide or chemicals to try to kill bacteria on the skin. So this is completely different. It's a completely different concept. It's treating acne using nutrition and internally from the inside out. So it makes perfect sense to me. And it's just one of those moments. I just knew this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, and that I just started on this journey, with full of naivety and without knowing, all the obstacles it will face. But that sometimes that's the best way. Just sheer passion, ignoring all the obstacles that could appear in front of you, and off I went, and now here I am.
That's amazing. And we were talking off air. It's fascinating where your study is taking you on this. And you were saying that a lot of bodybuilders are taking B5 because it improves their stamina.
Yes, because B5 is very well known for converting your food into energy and also help your metabolism. So that's actually how it works. So it gives you for example, we have a lot of customers say, and vitamin B itself, as you know, it actually improves your mood and gives you energy. That's what vitamin B, as a group, like all the vitamin Bs, does something similar.
Right. So how does it, I get the idea of, and this is becoming a real trend, and I think people are going back to, natural medicines, as you say, and treating from the inside out, basically. But how does B5 treat the acne? How does it work? Have you got this down? Are you going, this is how it's actually doing it on a cellular level?
Yes, yes. Essentially, vitamin B5, it's basically commonly, well, if you go to a vitamin store, it's described as pentatonic acid. So pentatonic acid is actually a very common substance in your food. A lot of meats, a lot of green vegetables, it's got vitamin B5 in it, and it's actually everywhere. But what happens is, it's very easily destroyed in the food processing process, but it's actually a very important substance for a whole string of body chemistry in your body. And when it comes to skin, so like I said before, it's for energy production, it's for your neural health, it's for a lot of other functions. But when it comes to skin, what it does is vitamin B5. It's a precursor to an enzyme called coenzyme A.
Right.
And that particular coenzyme, it actually facilitates the metabolism of skin oil. So because acne, how obviously getting into scientific details, it relates to the overproduction of skin oil, and that is often promoted or exacerbated from hormonal imbalances, particularly the male hormones. The most commonly known one is testosterone.
Right.
Just because your body, obviously, when it's producing all this extra skin oil, what normally happens is if you don't, people's skin couldn't cope, so it's starting to get clogging up your pores. Right. And B5, what it does is help metabolizes that skin oil while all we also use other nutrients in our formulation to balance your hormones and increase your immune system and reducing stress, which is linked back to your hormonal balance as well. So all these together makes it work so well. But vitamin B5, it's there to reduce your skin oil production and stopping it from clogging up and metabolizing the skin oil.
So if we got my mind flicks now to your teenagers that get those really bad acne, going through all those hormonal changes. Can B5 help in that type of body change that's going on as well to combat and your particular product, your SkinB5 that you've developed? Do you find it's effective in the teenagers when they're changing through that hormonal balance and they tend to have those acne outbreaks?
Definitely. We have majority of the customers are teenagers. So usually the mothers will be looking out for the product and come across a product, talk to us about how it works and recommend it to their teenagers, and they take it, and majority of the customers see results within 2 or 3 months. Obviously, nutrition, when you treat things and prevention using nutrition is not overnight, so you does need time to see the improvements. But yes, it does. Basically, short answer is it works very well for teenagers and also works very well for any other acne sufferers in other age groups. For example, we have a lot of customers in their 20s and 30s, even 40s, all going through, especially female adults, they're all going through hormonal changes. And the vitamin B5 itself, it doesn't affect your hormones too much, but in terms of balancing, and therefore that's actually how we come up with a patented formula, because we realize that a lot of nutrients, they worked on certain aspects of the body and your biochemistry. So in order to make it work on acne, you actually needed the formulation to target multiple things that are main contributors of acne. So the key things, your hormones, and that's why we bring in zinc and Vitex herb. And also you have to increase your immune system. That's what the bees do as well. And there's a clinical study that says if you combine copper and folic acid together, it works very well to treat acne and reduce inflammation, and your vitamin B3 as well. And we also have biotin and silicon to help the regeneration and renewal. So we're attacking the condition in multiple ways, and that's why it works so well.
I think that's one of the fascinating things about your product, because you do tackle the condition in multiple ways in this nutrition. So just so people who may not have experienced your product before SkinB5, what can they expect? How long should they be using it for? Is it an expensive treatment? Is it something that should be ongoing throughout your life? I mean, would you recommend? I mean, I'm listening to you. Said you met the guy and he's got absolutely gorgeous skin. I'm thinking, well, hold on, there's probably an ongoing, even if you're not really an acne sufferer, but just want really good looking skin. It's got to have some huge benefits as an ongoing supplement.
Yeah, definitely. I guess most people will probably have to look at the product, and you have to remember a lot of people, for example, if they have more severe acne, they are more used to seeing a doctor and they prescribe them drugs, and we always have to explain to them this is different. We are using nutrition to treat acne, so you have to think about this is your overall part of your overall lifestyle change. And obviously nowadays even dermatologists will tell you have to make some lifestyle changes because there are more and more studies coming out and showing that people, obviously not everyone will have acne, but people who are more prone to the conditions of even breakouts or oily skin or blackheads and whiteheads, also part of the conditions that people, majority of people don't even realize. So, and it's linked, the nutrients, people prone to that sort of condition, you need to bring the nutrients into your body to help it cope with whatever's going on in your body that's producing the outcome, which is breaking out and the acne itself in the more severe form of the blackheads and whiteheads. So it does require ongoing maintenance in terms of our formulation, because the nutrition, like I said before, you have to give it time because your body is working very hard. I often describe nutrients and vitamins and minerals are the building blocks of your body.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Other types of Eastern medicine, for example, talks about energy, which is a part of your body, but your body, even if your energy is balanced, but you still need a building block to make your body function well. And people prone to breakouts, they absolutely require those building blocks to help it cope and function properly, and it reflects out on your skin as healthy skin. So it's not just people who visibly breaking out very much, but even if you want perfect glowing skin, you need the nutrients. And I often use the analogy because my husband's mum, he actually breeds a beautiful Great Danes, and then we go to the Royal Melbourne show and win awards in dog shows.
Yes.
And I often ask her, why the beautiful Great Danes, how do you get their coat so shiny? And she tells me supplementation. And it's for us as humans, it's for our hair and our skin to glow, we also need the nutrients, and that's as simple as that.
We certainly do. I must admit, the nutrients, and the more we're getting educated now, there's this real swing that people are starting to recognize. A bit like our grandmothers used to say, you've got to eat well. The old adage, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, and all that. It's eating good food and good nutrition. And today's food, we know, perhaps may not have those nutrients, as you said, very easy to get destroyed in the cooking process, or even just in the growing, the way we grow food today. So having supplements like B5 and being understanding nutrition to give you those building blocks is really coming to the forefront now. Is really getting on trend. It just happens you've been on trend for the last 10 years, Judy, with your company.
But it's more coming to the mainstream awareness, because as a business, we find, because one of the challenges we've experienced when we have a completely new concept, in acne industry, most basically is dominated by giant pharmaceutical companies who are offering acne drugs to doctors and dermatologists who are obviously known as experts in how to treat skin diseases. And even you walk to pharmacies and you offer, you also offer the different type of products, over-the-counter medication or cream to treat acne, and not even the dermatologists talking about nutrition. So you can understand, you probably can even see the initial obstacles that we faced by convincing, not let alone customers, but the professionals to think differently about how you can tackle this, that multi-billion-dollar, industry and issues that, because acne sufferers I guess it's one of those diseases that it's not life-threatening, but it does have a very strong emotional impact on people who suffer it.
Absolutely.
And for for us to convince the science, especially dermatologists, and over the weekend I just met with one of our GPs. He's also a dermatologist, not specialized in acne, but in skin cancer, but they're also researching nowadays. I think if you, for example, I think University up in Queensland and a lot of skin cancer experts in Australia are starting to research on using vitamin B3, for example, as a treatment. Which is one of the substances we have in our formulation. So yep. I guess doctors are now starting to recognize that it is a credible way, a workable way to treat acne. So which is great for us because now it's easier for us to actually talk to them and explain to them what we're doing. Whereas before, most often we get a blank look, and obviously, they're often even tipped to top dermatologists. They will say to me that sounds very interesting and nothing else to say.
And I think that's the thing when you set a new business up we've been a new business, it's been going for 10 years, but when you hit on something, you're saying, this is what I believe in, these are the results, this is what's proving it. But as you said, to cut through the noise, for lack of a better word, so you start to become heard, a huge achievement there, Judy. Love to get you back on to talk about more of this and a little bit more about your business journey. I think it must be absolutely fascinating one you've had. But SkinB5, people listening now are going, okay, I've got acne, or I just want better skin, or nutrition. They more and more people are recognizing, as I think we all agree, nutrition is a key part to having a healthy life and a happy life as well, because it does affect our moods. What's the best way of contacting yourselves or getting on and being able to get this product, this SkinB5, Judy?
The best way is to get onto our website, which is www.skinb5.com, and our products are also sold in all the Go Vita stores nationwide, and also selected pharmacies. So all the for example, MK Chemical stores especially up in Queensland, you find more and more pharmacies starting to stock a product. I can guarantee you that.
Fantastic. That is really terrific. I look forward to having you back on again and maybe discovering a little bit more about your business journey. That's fantastic.
Sounds good.
Thank you very much. That was Judy Cheung.
Thank you, Michael.
You're more than welcome. Judy Cheung Wood from SkinB5. Look, nutrition is the way, and we all know good nutrition leads to good health and good skincare. Definitely check these people out. Thank you once again for Judy for taking the time to join us.